An article came out, RJ, got this from MSN, talking about what people have been doing to Dak in this offense since the Denver game.
Yeah, since the Denver game. And this is very, very telling. So prior to that game, early in the year, teams were blitzing Dak Prescott at a very high rate. That basically stopped versus Denver. He was blitzed. Are you ready for this? Against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, he was blitzed on 57% of his dropbacks.
Okay. Lit it up in that game. Awesome job.
64% against Carolina. And then 41% against the Giants.
Okay.
Okay. The only game he was not blitzed at a high rate.
Because he's got a good reputation against the blitz.
Great. Yes. Fantastic. The only games he was not blitzed at a high rate, one was Philadelphia, and the other was the Chargers. And the Chargers happened to be his worst game of the first 6 games.
Yes.
And it was just blitzed on 15%. You get to Denver, and they did it at, it looks like 15% as well. And that dropped even lower against Vegas, where they only blitzed him on 5% of his dropbacks.
Wow.
So against zone coverage this year, Dak has...
And you know what's crazy about that? It feels like in that stretch of games, like he always had a guy in his face, or he was always like kind of running a little bit. So it's always been something. He's holding on to the ball too long. He's having to run, offensive line protection. But teams have not been bringing extra numbers in terms of pressure.
Right. They have not. And, you know, if you look at it, him against zone coverage this year, he's got 4 TDs, 7 picks. His pass rating's a 90. Against man coverage, he's got 15 touchdowns and 1 interception. And his pass rating's a 117. It's a big difference. Now, certainly there's going to be outlier games. He played
the Eagle game.
Played tremendous against the Philadelphia Eagles. He had a lot of production against the Falcons. He had a lot of production against the Raiders, too, for that matter.
Late, yeah.
Late. But teams look like they are cool with rushing 4, potentially creating pressure, but they're sitting back and they're letting the linebackers fill the holes if it's a run, dropping a little bit of a shallow zone coverage if they see a pass. And that's why this games that they've played, they've slowed down a little bit. The Cowboys are not able to play at the same high pace that they have. They're loading up the interior with linebackers and safeties and using their ends to turn off. I mean, look, it is crazy what they are doing. Now, if you look at the Cowboys' offensive line, you're thinking, well, you know, why would this offensive line be allowing guys to get home in 4?
Right.
Well, their pass block win rate is just 57%, which is 22nd in the league.
So teams are looking at these numbers, and they're saying right tackle's been an issue, left guard has been an issue, center has been an issue, and when Tyron's out, left tackle's an issue. We don't need to bring extra pressure. He's better against the blitz. Let's not blitz him.
Right.
We can only do that if we can generate pressure and get home before, and we can against this offensive line.
Also, people, they're saying in this article, he plays better when he's playing fast, processing his options quickly. When he takes in too much information, he becomes hesitant.
Yeah.
He aims his throws. He's better at hitting guys who are moving instead of slowing up and finding holes in zone coverage. We used to see that Romo video where he was out with Dez and Terrence Williams, LaRon Robinson, you know, where you get to a spot in the zone, settle down in the zone. If you get open in the zone, kind of stop, stay there, I'll hit you. Well, Dak may not like that. We've seen him for this year, for example, when teams are lining up in zone against the Cowboys, completely negates all the rub routes. You know, you don't have guys banging into each other in man-to-man. You know, it's a pick play in man-to-man. Cowboys' offensive line is very good against the run or for the run. 4th in running back yards. 5th in run block win rate. But when it comes to protecting the quarterback, they've been quite bad this year, allowing pressures. And Dak has been able to get pressured with only 4 guys.
You know, a lot of quarterbacks, this kind of started with Jim Kelly and the Bills. More of a rhythm. They love no huddle.
Mm-hmm.
You can't go no huddle if your defense is a problem. And you go 3 and out real quick, put them back out there on the field. I'd like to see the Cowboys experiment here against the Giants and Washington again with going a little more no huddle because of defensive confidence. Like, our defense is better now. We think. We still have to see. let's not turn this into doomsday, right? These performances were against the Saints, who still ran all over them with Taysom Hill. The Saints didn't have Alvin Kamara, Michael Thomas, and their 2 offensive tackles. And then you just played the football team, and Tyler Heineke does not have an NFL arm, in my opinion, and Terry McLaurin ended up getting hurt, even though Diggs shut him down. So let's just see if you can have more confidence in the defense in order to no-huddle, hurry-up Dak to get him in more of a rhythm. That's my suggestion.
Autoflex Leasing Fan Text 877-881-1053.
Which I'm sure Mike McCarthy will love tomorrow when we talk to him at 6:30.
It needs to go up tempo more, no huddle more, find favorable formations. The offensive line PFF grades an 85. They're a top 5 unit. Which that is true. They do have that.
Wait, say that again?
The PFF grade for the O-line is an 85.
Okay, so how does that match up with the win rate? Negativity.
Well, the win rate is 22nd, but
that's far from top 5.
Their adjusted line yards are 3rd. Their running back yards are 4th. Their adjusted sack rate's 5th. Their run block win rate's 5th. So you're not going to be great in both. So there's an old adage in golf, right? If you're great with your irons, you're probably not great with your driver because it's a different swing. Likewise, if you're great with your driver, chances are you don't always hit your irons very square. It's very tough. The guys who are great at both usually have a name on their bag somewhere. And that's this. It's very, very difficult to be great at everything. So the Cowboys are that good running, with run blocking that maybe it's buoying. Is it buoying or buoying?
Buoying?
Buoying or buoying?
I have no idea.
Is it a buoy or a buoy? It's a buoy.
A buoy's out in the ocean.
Yeah.
A buoying is something
Boing,
totally different.
boing.
So
Is that
yesterday,
bing bang?
yesterday,
Bing boing?
that too. Bing,
Bing
bang.
bong.
Bing bong.